I wonder what this geo barrel does. Yeah, that sucks. So a little while ago, I made a video called The Most Abandoned Location as of 3.3, and I was talking about this Bishop Research Lab located in Enkanomiya. And as you can see, this place is pretty much abandoned, just like Eula's potential rerun. Now, some people in the comments in that video were saying, the Chasm is also another really good candidate for Most Abandoned Location, and they couldn't be more correct. And ever since I made that video, I'm starting to think that Chasm is more dead than Enkanomiya. Also, hello. I did not know that you were here. So why is the Chasm so abandoned? Why is it so dead? Only Hoyoverse knows, but I can try to come up with some reasons why. Also, when I'm referring to the Chasm, I'm talking about Chasm Underground, although you could also argue that Chasm Surface is pretty dead as well, but I will be focusing on Chasm Underground. Now at first glance, when you come down to the Chasm Underground for the first time, it actually looks really cool. A really nice change of scenery, especially compared to previous locations in the game. This is the only place that resembles something like an underground mine, which is pretty much what the Chasm is. Now, I'm not a lore expert, so I actually don't know if Chasm is mentioned a lot throughout the story after you do the quests, but in terms of gameplay and events, this place is pretty much dead. Now let's start with gameplay. At the top of my head, there are only two exclusive materials down here. One is the Ruined Serpent boss material, and two, the Ruined Serpent Knight material. Did I say Ruined Serpent Knights? I just meant Serpent Knights. And also, once you're done exploring the Chasm, you pretty much have no reason to come down here other than the Ruined Serpent, or if you need a bunch of treasure hoarder coins. Also, this team is absolutely amazing. Now going back to lore a little bit, there are two major things that go down in terms of quests. One is the quest with Dainsleif, and then the interlude chapter, Perilous Trail. I think both were really good quests, but after that, there's been nothing. At least to my knowledge, there's been no quests, nothing else. Now in terms of events, at the top of my head, I believe there were only two events in the Chasm. One was the one that ran during Perilous Trail that gave Fading Twilight. Those were just battle challenges. It was actually pretty fun. I hope they bring that event back somehow. Now the other event was the mud one. I completely forgot the name of it, but essentially you had to go around, clear some of the mud piles with your lumen spar, and then just fight some monsters off. Basic events, just get your Primo Gems, and it was something that took place in the Chasm, so at least it's something. But besides those two events and the gameplay down here, there's really not much of a reason to return to the Chasm. It's just dead. Although there is a really cool looking nail over there, same thing as Dragonspine. If they would add more events or gameplay down here, it would be great. But yeah, that's pretty much the Chasm. I can see why it's dead in terms of gameplay, in terms of events, in terms of even lore, and also how often people visit this area. When you randomly run around on the map, does the Chasm Underground come to mind first? It doesn't for me. Most places I just randomly run around, probably somewhere in Sumuru or Inazuma. I pretty much never come to the Chasm. I just don't have a reason to. So yep, the Chasm is completely dead, just like how this Ruined Serpent will be in the next 30 seconds. Okay, well, I'm just gonna pretend like I actually killed the Ruined Serpent, and we'll leave it at that. Now be honest, if you visit the Chasm Underground a lot, you probably main one of the characters in my party. Don't lie. Well, I guess one of three. One of them doesn't exist. Or I guess two of them don't exist. Actually no, this whole party doesn't exist. Kind of sad actually. Okay, well that's pretty much all for this one. Hopefully you learned absolutely nothing because I didn't.